So it's November and we're getting close to it being Christmas time, and it's parties, and with parties comes hostess gifts, or at least you try to bring something to a party. Chef Alana Peckham and I are cooking in my wonderful friend Tammy Haywood's house, which is decorated to the nines, and she's an amazing interior designer, so I thought what a great place to think about parties. And you're cooking what today?
We're gonna do a little bit of holiday baking, and it's a ginger molasses spiced cupcake.
Oh, I won't like those.
No, at all. And it's topped with a bit of a butter frosting.
Now, being a health and wellness show, you have to tell me what aspect of cooking today is gonna be healthy.
We are gonna be using the Alligga brand flaxseed cooking oil, so at least if you eat a cupcake, you'll be getting a proper dose of omega-3s.
A really good dose of healthy fats, and you're not putting just a little bit of oil, and you're putting in...
a full cup.
See, that's a lot. I mean, you think with vegetable oil in cake mixes, you use maybe a third of a cup, so it's quite a bit.
Oh, exactly.
Okay, let's get started.
Okay, so first what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna take our dry ingredients. We've got flour, ground ginger, ground cinnamon, ground nutmeg, and a bit of baking soda in here.
Great. Now, do you use spices and grind them yourself, or?
Yes, because then if you can, and all you need to do is really buy like a coffee grinder. You put the whole spices in there, buzz it up. It releases fresher oils.
Okay, good.
Yeah. We're also gonna add a pinch of salt to this.
See, chef pinch, chef pinch.
We're gonna add our brown sugar.
Okay. Now, do you like brown because of the consistency, or why brown as opposed to maybe a white flour?
The consistency, the bit more molasses flavor that goes into it complements this cupcake as well.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so all it is mix your dry ingredients together really well. And so if you're wanting to do a lot of holiday baking, but you're worried about time, this part can be done in advance, way in advance.
Okay.
Keep it in your cupboard as you would a cake mix.
Okay.
And then after that, it's just the wet ingredients that you'd have to add.
Perfect. Now, you are a big proponent to cooking with Alligga flaxseed oil. What are some of the reasons you like to use it?
I love cooking with Alligga flaxseed oil for its high smoke point properties, great for culinary needs. It's also got a great nutty flavor, and most importantly, it's rich in omega-3s.
It really makes your baking super moist too,
Super
I've noticed.
moist, exactly.
Right?
Especially when you compare baking with vegetable oil or with butter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, while you're doing that, and you keep talking, I'm just gonna do, can I do the icing?
Yes.
Do you trust me to do that part?
I do. It's just very few ingredients for that one. You've got butter and you've got icing sugar.
Yes.
Add a couple of drops of the vanilla as well.
Okay.
And just mix it together.
Good.
And while you do that, I'm gonna get the wet ingredients together, which is gonna be the oil, the molasses, and our eggs.
I'm always afraid to use molasses in my cooking.
It
Like
does have
it's got such a strong
flavor.
taste. Yeah. So what are some of like? Do you use a lot, a little? How much is used in this particular recipe?
A whole cup goes into this recipe. But the reason for that is you've got the ginger, you've got the cloves, and you've got the cinnamon.
Yep.
So those spices complement that rich, earthy, caramely flavor of the molasses quite well.
Now, could you swap out different ingredients in this to make different flavors, like a chocolate? Is this a standard?
It's a standard spiced cake recipe, if you will. Yeah, you probably could, you know, add a little bit of rum to it if you wanted to when it came out.
No, I would never do that.
Just to soak it up a little bit.
Now, can kids eat food that contains some alcohol in it?
If you cook the alcohol off first, it would be better. That way, you know, you're not worried about them getting intoxicated on the baked good.
And if you didn't cook it off, would it make them sleep longer at night?
Probably.
Just kidding. Really just kidding.
Yeah, make sure they get their desserts before bedtime.
That's horrible to say. Okay, so what are you doing now, Alana?
Perfect, so then I'm adding the molasses. Another ingredient in this is hot water.
Okay.
And so we put the hot water.
I'm loving the color so far. Why would you use hot water compared to like a cold water?
Helps with the molasses, it's so thick.
Okay.
Yeah, so the heat just kind of melts that molasses a bit.
Are all molasses the same?
Molasses, you've got fancy molasses, you've got regular molasses, you've got darker molasses. For the most part, there's not too big of a difference.
Do you know where molasses comes from? I don't even know if I know where it comes from.
A processing of sugar.
That's it.
So sugar naturally, don't quote me on this,
yes.
As the refinement process goes on to create granulated sugar,
yeah.
One of the byproducts is molasses, I believe. Yeah.
So I'm going to grab this. I'll keep stirring this. I'm going to give you the muffins that are already made.
That's
through the magic of TV.
There we go.
Pull this one over here. Gosh, the molasses smells so good. Now, you're just straight icing on top?
Just straight, and you can frost any way you like. I like to put in a piping bag with a fun tip on the end.
What's a fun tip? Just
a star tip.
Okay, can you show maybe the camera that? Because people want to know how big it is. It's a nice big one.
It's quite a big one, and I like big ones to frost cupcakes because then it requires less like piping.
You can't mess up as easy?
Well, kind of, and see, it fills the cupcake more. Whereas
Perfect.
if it was smaller, you'd have to go around it so many times.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and so you could do different designs.
Perfect. So great holiday recipes can be found on our website or certainly on Alligga's website as well. You have so many amazing recipes, especially for this time of year.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. So definitely, if you want to tweet to Alana as well, your Twitter handle is?
@AlanaPeckham.
Good. And of course, if you want to go to my designer friends website as well, you can go to stylicious.ca. Thank you so much, and good luck surviving the holiday season.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks, Alana.